Yeah, 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 yeah. Alrighty. It should be good. Start recording. Start recording. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy, Hannibal Callens. We are back, finally back from Tacoma, and playing a little bit of WUCHANG. WUCHANG? Why am I acting like I can't remember the name of this game? WUCHANG, playing some Woo. She wanna roll with the woo. She wanna roll with the woo. That was dumb. Wait, what is this? This reset one though. Hold on, sorry, I'm just curious. Increase the health recovered. Oh. Here we go. Here I go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Clash. Now, especially because we're not gonna be, playing for too long since it's so late. I'm just trying to figure out what skills. Okay, so we got 3 of them Johns. Okay. I really want to increase my endurance. Let's see. That's agility. Using sudden strike. Okay, vulnerabilities. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Give me a second. I don't like the skills that that increase your madness, or you gotta have madness for them to work. It kind of piss me off. Okay, that increases your endurance. And that increases your endurance. Can I get a move? No. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here I go. No, I don't want to use 2 on that. Magic. Increases your magic. Good bit. F it. I think we had the right idea. We're going to come over here and increase our endurance. We're going to come over here and increase our endurance. And then we got one more. Can't do that. This increases your madness. Okay. Newly equipped it. Can't increase our axe mastery. Increase our agility. Honestly. F it. There we go. Increase our agility up. Me like that, me do. Now, I don't know where y'all might... I don't remember where I was last time. We was all in this together. Uh-oh. We've gone mad. I'm nuts. Ah. Now, I don't know what y'all might... Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's right. You gain madness for killing humanoids. I forgot. Hold on. I found this temple kind of on accident, I guess. Not on accident. I just didn't know. Oh, he got it bad. He's still alive. But he not. Excuse me. Y'all probably still heard that burp. Look at this. Y'all gotta see this. Look. Look at this. He twerks. Watch, watch. Here it comes. Look, he twerks. He actually twerks for real. What the heck? And look at that dude watching him. Freaking nut job. Come on. Make this quick. Yeah, sorry. Should have spent more time training rather than shaking that ass. Oh, who's in here? Okay. That's something I find so funny about these games. Like, you'll realize an enemy's about to attack you because the... Oh, darn it. Here we go. You'll realize that someone's about to attack you because the menu comes up, just like it happened in that room. Okay, well now this is just... You didn't even cover him all the way up. I can't even tell what I'm looking at. That's either one real big person. Like, that's either two really big people. Honestly, no, those are big people, period. That's a big ass foot. I don't know what y'all had going on in here, but I don't like it. Seems like you guys were up to some wacky doodle. I can't remember what it was. I was calling something wacky doodle the other day. Something about comedy. Wacky doodle. Okay. That lives right out of the temple. I literally just got here. Let's hang around a little bit. Jeez. Okay. Oh, darn it! He got that thing on him. My stand. The thing. I don't know if y'all watch JoJo, but that's what I've always thought about. Somebody having a stand that's a gun. I know there's a guy that has that, but when I was always, that thing. My stand. That thing is always upon me. Is always upon me. Get him! Going through people's records. What a weirdo. Yeah! Yeah! Oh. Well, that's so fun. I did not know a guy was in here. I literally just came in here swinging. Off the chance. Oh, hey! Dream. How'd the finals go? I am so glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked, Dream, because... Look at that bad boy. You might not be able to see it, but I got first place. I got first place at the Tacoma Satellite Finals. I am not going to lie. I was blown away. I did great. I did really, really well. I was super, super proud of my work. Like what I did, what I pulled off. That was a great night. And And it was so funny because like I put so much work into it, man. Like, and y'all know I worked for the festival. I've been a part of that festival like every year since 2025. I mean, since 2021. So the president of the festival, Joe, he told me, he was like, he said I was trying so hard. Like during my set, he was trying so hard not to smile like a proud dad watching me up there kill it. He said he was real worried because he's like, dude, Hannibal just had the show of his life. And then the girl that went right after me, Pam McGeary, she was absolutely cooking. So he was like, oh, man. It was going to suck if Hannibal does the absolute show of his life, but then gets second because Pam did so well. But he said it was literally neck and neck. And, I mean, it was a bonkers experience. Like, that was one of those shows, too, where, like, while I was on stage 2 or 3 times, and I realized this happens when the show goes like perfect. Hey, oh my God, congrats, you deserve it. Thank you. You were working on it up till you went on. Oh, I sure was. I literally was, and now I don't know if and Dream, you were here, so you got to tell me. I'm pretty sure during the stream I said what I was gonna do was, if the set was 20 minutes, then I was gonna plan for 30. That way I wouldn't have to be worried about how much material I had set up. I could just hit everything fast. And that's exactly what I did. They told us I got nervous though because Joe told us before he went up, he's like, wait, are we doing 20 or are we doing 25? And we were like, I don't know, the website said 20. He's like, why are we doing 20? We got enough time, we can do 25. I'll let you guys know if we're... Okay, normally those guys are trying to kill you. Uh-oh. I don't trust him. I'm worried he's going to jump at us. But anyway, so Joe told us, so right before we went up, he said, yeah, it's going to be 25. He said, and so we did 25 minutes, and I was like, dang it, because I was hoping we'd do 20. It's easier to not worry about the time. But then I told myself, I said, dude, honestly, and I just wrote enough material, and then what I did was I just went through it. And I realized, this is what was game changing for me. The realization that if I prepare too much time, then I don't have to like stall or slow down on any of my material. And I can just keep telling jokes till I run out of time. And it's actually bonkers when I think about that, because that's a testament to my work. I have so many great jokes that I can literally just do that. So you were set for the 25. Yeah, I was already prepared, because I just said, look, we're just going to do everything. We're just going to go down the line, and I'll stop. Once I see the light, I'll adjust. Now, the crazy thing was, and this is something crazy, never do this. Never do what I did. But I did brand new bits up there. Now, we worked on them, I think. I don't remember. I don't think we did, actually. I wanted to work on them with you guys, but I didn't get around to it. Some new jokes that I added about being from the South. I love being from the South. I said something about how I love being from the South because there's nothing like that Southern work ethic. You'd have to hit a Waffle House directly with a nuclear weapon, and they still wouldn't shut down. They just start scrambling eggs. They just stop scrambling eggs. You could still get a waffle with blueberries or cigarette ash. And then I said, plus there's nothing like that Southern hospitality. Y'all ever been robbed by somebody who will invite you to their church? See, some of y'all ain't been pistol whipped by a pastor. I can tell. Now, Dream, you're probably the only person that might have heard that, because I actually started doing that joke about getting pistol whipped by a pastor. Actually, I think right before I moved to Phoenix, I started doing that joke, but it just wasn't hitting right. But I freestyled them. I like riffed that out at an open mic last Monday before I went. Oh, excuse me. Dang it. I just realized that that open mic was tonight. I could have went to that one. Oh, okay. But yeah, I came up with with the pistol whip by a pastor joke like right before I had to move to Phoenix. And I like riffed it at an open mic with a couple of comics there. One guy in particular laughed real hard at that, and I was like, I think I might be able to bring that back now. Plus, I like that angle. That angle is way better, you know. And I think I'm going to work on that chunk of jokes. I want to get that concept of being from the South and make it longer, especially because I got a bit further in my set that's going to be a callback to that idea. Talking about how when me and my lady first started dating, and I went to church with her family. So like she was like, oh well, she thought I'd get weirded out by like how intense they get with prayer, and I'm like, I'm a black man born in Birmingham, Alabama. What? And I go on about how my mom used to wake us up in the middle of the night to make us pray. I'm going to make that funny. But that, to me, is like a big hit. If I can figure out how to do that joke, I feel like that one's going to be really, really good. I remember you talking about the concept. Okay, cool. So anyway, yeah. I'm going to try to do a comedy stream coming up here soon so we can actually like talk about it. But make a very long story short, I was so excited. I'm actually working on trying to get the video for the live stream because I want to see how excited I was. It was cringe, but when he said, it makes me well up when I think about it. He said, Jamil got third place. Pam got second. I was already couldn't contain myself. I was going. I was stomping. I was like, yes! I was so excited. This is the first time I've ever won a satellite. I mean, in its first place too. Like because of my brain and its anxiety, I'm constantly like stripping away my successes just to keep it real. It's like, well, okay. I mean, well, somebody did OD. Like, nah. But when you walk out with first place, 40 comedians out of 40 comedians the entire week. And Joe told me the club gave me perfect scores. The club gave me a perfect score Friday night, the night I got there, hopped off the plane. The club really liked me. So I was really proud of my work. So yeah, getting a first place at a satellite, the entire satellite, the whole week, 40 comics, I am the honored one. Like, I walked out that whole Satoru Gojo. What? Like, come on. Pray is a spot when you're black. I didn't get that, but anyway, I was really proud of myself. Like I said, I'm going to try and do a comedy stream so we can actually talk about it, but I just want to go back because that idea of overwriting material literally was the single most important technical change that I made, because that was my problem in Myrtle Beach. I was so worried about hitting the 20-minute mark that I slowed all my jokes down to try to get to the right amount of time. And like the idea of just overplan. And here's the crazy part. I will try to talk about it later. I want to play some game before I go to bed. But the entire week, damn it! And I woke this dumbass up. Uh-oh. Come on. Put him down. Nice. Okay, what I was gonna say. Over planning. That was my problem in Myrtle Beach. Dang. What was I gonna say? What was it? Nice. Hold on, give me a second. What was I about to say? It was. Oh, I guess I'll say that. I think this was it. That was literally a paradigm shift for me. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Which this was unheard of. That entire week, again, which for me was Friday and Saturday, but out of all those shows, I didn't get to my closers once. I didn't do my song lyric jokes when I grab somebody sexy, and you. I mean, that's how I always end. That's my closer. I didn't do it one time, and that actually like shook me. I won an entire satellite and didn't get to those jokes, which are my strongest stuff. I didn't get to those a single time. Even at the finals, the crowd was laughing so much at my jokes. I had to just let them sit. And there was a couple times where I turned to the crowd. Like I turned, I'm looking around, and I look at Joe in the back, and Joe looking unfazed, but that crowd eating. This was hilarious. I don't think it was during the finals. I think it was during the semifinals. I said this one joke. I can't remember what it was. It doesn't matter. But I said this joke, and I hit the punchline, and then Derek, who's the host for the World Series, and that's my boy, Derek was off to the side. Right as I hit that joke, he goes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm killing. Derek was like, yes, with how the crowd reacted to my joke. And then when I got off stage, I said, yo, Derek, I saw you do like that, and it touched me. He was like, oh no, I was talking to Pam about something, and I was shadow boxing. I thought he was cheering me on. Nope. Anyway, but yeah, the idea of over planning was a complete paradigm shift, and that is the reason that I won. Actually, it is the reason that I won. Just remind me to bring that up when we do the stream for real. And it's funny because it made so much sense once I started doing it. Like, just right. Because then when I over prepare, I don't have to stall any of my jokes. So I can hit all of them hard. I can just hit them all hard and fast, and I don't have to slow down for nothing. And then because I do that, everything hits better. I was even able to do my therapy jokes, which killed me in Atlanta. They weren't as good, and I wasn't as confident about them, and my stuff wasn't working well enough in Atlanta anyway. But I did those. They worked. And I did brand new-ish, which now that I think about it, I actually think I did all that stuff together. I think I did my therapy. No, I did do them together, but I did my being from the South jokes, then did therapy, then went into my regular self-love stuff, which is my hair, which also when I do the where the weed at, this is church, I said. And what are you doing down here, Pastor? Get back on stage. And why? And shouldn't you be in prison right now for pistol whipping me? So I made that a callback. And I thought about that before I went on stage. But I was like, that is fucking technique. That's craftsmanship. Doing that and tying that stuff together, that's craftsmanship. Anyway, come on. Oh, okay, I thought he was... Okay, sorry, I just wanted to see if they'd make me die. Capacity reached, okay. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I actually like this game. I don't think I will stay on it, though. I want to get back to Crimson Desert, which I probably will. I just wanted to play this a little bit. But I do realize Crimson Desert is a little bit too much RPG for me. Like the builds and the this and the that. Okay, well now I'm confused. Down, boy. Her arm's long as heck. No. This is so funny, because I don't even think this game has, like... Sacrifice? What the heck? That didn't look like no sacrifice. Oh. Look at him. He's a little loser. Okay, that's a weird emote, low-key. Alrighty. We'll let him live. So that he will always live with the impact of his failure. Since the only thing worse than death is to live as a fool. It's still the only thing worse than a quick death is a slow life. I'm trying to hold on. That wasn't what I was going to say. I was trying to get a bar in there, something about being pathetic, but I couldn't figure out where to fit the word. The only thing worse than a slow life. No, the only thing worse than a quick death is a slow life as someone who's merely nothing more than pathetic. To be one who is not but a burden upon your people. Excuse me, that's right. There was an exit. That's where them big bodies at. Big mama, big mama, big mama, big mama. Okay, here we go. Call me weed when you call me B. What the heck? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Demon manifested. What the heck? Drink. No! Nice. Bow blood. Nice. Now, is that just because my madness got full, or is this some sort of special place? I guess it was just because my madness was too high for too long. Full grown, okay. No time for games. She full grown. Give me that. Pixie pendant. Pixie! I'm so happy that you won 40 comics. Yeah, thank you. The scariest part, though, and I'm saying that to be a little bit silly, but to be real with you, the most wild part is that it does make me realize I actually think I have a chance at winning the whole festival, because with how powerful my set was, I didn't even hit my I didn't even hit my I still had some in the tank, you know. I didn't even hit my my real closers. Now, I feel like I need to have at least one more like act out thing in my set, which is why I think that thing about being being from the, you see that? That's weird. Her shadow, kinda. See that? Her shadow makes that stuff disappear? Whatever. I know what that is. That's like the camera that kind of does like that. Anyway. So I feel like I'm one new bit away from being able to win the whole thing. But one thing I noticed about the comedians who have won that I've watched, and I was telling this to somebody, they're not just funny, they're talented. Kenny Mock did voices and he played characters. Cody Woods, same thing. He did accents and made sounds. Like, the winners are not just funny, they are talented. I don't even remember how I got here. But it looks like we ran that place out. Should I teleport? Yeah. Yeah, I'm so freaking proud of me being able to win the whole satellite. Ain't never done that before. And I gotta, you could do it, and you are too, you act. Exactly. I do a lot of stuff, you know, I do a lot of different things in my set, which is why I think if I can have a set as strong as what I did have, and, darn it, just wasted some Mountain Dew. And I think if I add my singing, now I'll have to do a little bit of math because I didn't get to my love life jokes, but what did I do? I did my regular open, then I did my stuff about loving myself. I talked about being from the South, which was new. Then I did my therapy. Then I talked about my hair, which goes into Juneteenth and white slavery. Then I ended with my regular, what the hell? Okay. I ended with, the rest of my Afro jokes. Then I went into being engaged. Then I did the Sierra Leone stuff. And I ended on the joke about I ended on my joke. I call it Fufu Vision, but the one about going to the casino and seeing that dude who I thought was African, but turns out he was Chinese. That's where I ended. I would probably replace the Sierra Leone stuff with my singing stuff, is what I'm thinking. That's like probably what I would do for the because that's what I needed to. That's what I would have needed to do, is replace that with the singing stuff, and I think I'd have it. It does also just depend on who else gets in the finals, because the finals is a bloodbath. Like, it is an absolute wretched hive of skill and talent. Like, so that's the other thing too. There's a lot of people who I'd be competing with in the finals who I haven't even met yet, who I ain't even heard of. Like, yeah, bust both of y'all up. That sounds good. Thank you. I think so too. I'm really confident in that set. You know, even just, planned out like that, I think is going to be real. It's going to be a really, really strong set. But, like I said, competition will be stiggity steep. But I think that with a set like that, and with other things, firing off in the proper cylinders, not being worried about the amount of time. And I think at the main event, because we do it at, the main event is at the LA Comedy Club in Vegas. They do a show. They do like 2 shows every night. So you literally I'm pretty sure I'd actually, real talk, be doing 20 So I'd probably have to take out 2 of those. Let's say just for gets and shiggles, if I could only do 20, what would that set be? I think that set would be, it'd be the regular open. Then I'd go into, I think I'd do the regular open. Then I'd probably go to my therapy stuff. Then my hair stuff. Probably would do, this is where my brain starts to panic. But not panic, I'm just thinking, I'm like, oh, look, he wanna fight, yeah. Come on. Pull up with the stick, let it hit. Pull up with the stick, let it hit. Whoa. Okay. It's not what I was expecting, but fine. Well, anyway. Yes, I think it would be a great place to be, though, because if you go and you win, you know, you beat the bus. You beat the best of the best, and if you go and you don't, then you feel bad. They're the best of the best. You're absolutely right. Now, my goal for this run is to get to the top 6. If I can get to the top 6, I'll be happy. That's the furthest I've ever got. So it's like my goal is top 6, and that's because when you get to the top 6, you get to perform at this famous comedy show called The Dirty at 12:30, super late night, and look at me doing it too. Actually, twerking is nuts. Anyway, yeah, so you get to perform at The Dirty at 12:30, which is this like famous comedy show. I think they do it every night in Vegas. Every night at 12:30 they do this comedy show. But anyway, it's a famous comedy show, and I'd love to be on it, especially because every year I get to the top 15 and then get knocked out. And then because I feel bad, like because it feels wrong not to go support The Dirty at 12:30, I stay up late at night, go to that show. They sit everybody on the side, and you watch the top 6 go up there to this incredibly sold out room. Just watch them kill. Ooh, I want that. Mifa want that. Mifa want that. So that'd be cool. But then if I can actually get top 3, and like I try not to be arrogant, I not try to be full of it, but I will tell you, since I got you here, white people did. Yeah. What I'm thinking, if I win, because I have pretty much every badge that I've ever gotten from the World Series of Comedy, from all the satellites that I've gone to and stuff. So what I want to do, if I can win if I can like win the whole festival, I'm gonna take a picture like this, and I'm gonna have all my badges on, all my badges and stuff draped on my arms, and then I'm gonna have like my first place medal from the whole thing. Bam, at the back. This shit gonna be hard. And it'll be a big deal too, because I gotta talk about this when I do my stream, but it's gonna be a big deal too because I've been at every level of the festival. My first year, I didn't even get registered. Like, I didn't even get into any of the satellites. But whenever you register, you get guaranteed stage time at the register shows. So my very first year, that's all I got was the register shows. My next year, I started getting into satellites. That was the first year where at the main event, I was in the wild card round and I advanced. So that was the first year I ever got into the top 101. But then immediately that next show, fumbled. And it's because somebody said something and it threw me off while I was on doing my set. My next year, I got to the top 15, and my video was, my set was recorded and put on SiriusXM, which is pretty cool. 2024, I hosted for the festival, so I actually worked for the festival. Then 2025, I got back to the top 15. So if I'm actually able to win, to me it'll be storybook, but it'll also be crazy because if I win, then I'm not going to compete in any more of the satellites anymore. You know what I mean? Like I did it. I might, like, God forbid that, like, I get maybe third or second, because I might still go back. I shouldn't, but I like doing the festival, so I might still go back if I don't get first. But if I can get first place, then that'll be, I hit the peak, I hit the mountaintop. So I would go to the festival, like I'd go to the main event sometimes just to, support, but I probably wouldn't go to no more satellites. If they did a satellite in my city and stuff, I'd go support, but got his ass. Chop his ass, chop. But yeah, if I managed to get like first place, then I wouldn't go to any more of the satellites anymore. And I love them. Don't get it wrong. Don't get me twisted. But it would be cool to be like, oh, I'm free. No longer worrying about those. Ooh, he thought he could blast me.
Better hurry though. Stay out too long and you'll lose more than just your health.
Okay. Yeah. And get a Birkin bed, yeah. Oh, win. You right. And you know what the crazy thing is? I think I said this before I went in to that satellite or the finals. I was like, honestly, it comes down to my work at this point. It comes down to my work. How much work do I put into this? How much effort do I put into it? That's really what it comes down to at this point. And that's why I'm really thankful to you guys, because me doing my writing streams has really helped me find a way to write that like works for me. And that has already been paramount. I was saying it to myself after the show for sure, but I said, dude, this is because of that. This is because of the streams. This is because of the work I've been putting in. I didn't get this because it was my night. I didn't get this because somebody else OD'd. I didn't get this because I got lucky. I earned every bit of that. I earned every bit of this competition win. And even more so, I don't know if y'all saw the video I did, but I talked about how I actually wasn't sure if I was going to make the flight to be able to even get to that show in time. But I was like, I already took the weekend off, so I wasn't going to be able to work. You know what I mean? Like, if I went home, it's not like I'd make money. So I just said, screw it, and I'd rather try and not make it than to just head back home. So I went ahead and did the flight, and I'm so glad I did. That's why I did that video. If you guys didn't see it, I did that video of me saying, hey, I might not make my flight, but then I'm cutting it to pictures of me make it at that show. I felt so gangster. I felt like the freaking man. Dang, that dude just got peeled. Peeled his ass. Whoa! Whoa! Damn. Damn right you did. And you put in the work. You're absolutely right. I have put in the work way more than I'm giving myself credit for. And the crazy thing is, too, I tell y'all this. When I worked for... Okay, so 2023. The guy that won was Kenny Mock. Kenny Mock was... Oh! Get up, girl. Get up. He has sent his sights on her. Spade. Fang snatched by the monks. Greedy hands. Lula stays turned to a den of horrors. Forgive me, brothers. I cannot meet my end in this forsaken place. Ooh, he ran off. Oh! I know he mad. He want the ref so bad. Ref! Ref! She cut me through the wall, ref! Well, anyway. Anyway. Let's see. Only problem with these games is you kind of forget where you can go. I did. You did it. Yeah, I was super, super proud of myself. Being able to win. Oh, yeah. So, that's right. I lost my train of thought. So, Kenny Mock. He was the guy that won the World Series of Comedy in 2023. Now, Kenny was an absolute beast. Like, Kenny was incredible. Kenny was so good that he made me like remember why you do it. You know, Kenny was an absolute beast, and Kenny was so good that I was fanboying over Kenny. I was telling people that don't even know comedy about Kenny. I was telling people, "Oh, you got to look him up. Kenny's so good." Then what had happened was when I worked with Joe, we were in Sarasota. I just got my car stolen, and I was talking. We were sitting at a Chick-fil-A eating, and I'm talking to Joe. I'm gassing him up. I'm gassing up Kenny. I'm like, man, Kenny was so cool. And Joe's like, oh, I think you're right. I think you're like right behind Kenny. I think you're like right on Kenny's level. I was like, really? Oh yeah. He's like, oh yeah. If you worked on a couple of things, I think you're like right on Kenny's level. I think you're like right there. I don't think you're that far behind him. I was like, and I'm over here like, Joe must have been drinking, because Kenny Mock was an absolute beast. You know, and you know what's crazy? Oh, this is actually real weird. When I was at the airport, I'm waiting for my flight, right? And I hear another gate, like one of the other gates. They go, "Oh, we're looking for the following passengers. We're looking for so and so, so and so. We're looking for Kenny Mock." And I was like, "No way." I was like, "There's no way Kenny is at this airport right now." And I said, "Dude, if Kenny's here, that's a sign." So then I went to that gate, didn't see him. So somebody else with a similar name. But when I won, I thought about that. I said, dang, dude, I think I really might be. I think I really might be at that level. And for me, the big thing is being at that level has so much more to do with believing in myself. It's so much more about me just believing in myself and, like we've been doing the work. That's really all it comes down to, is doing the work. You know, I got the juice. I just got to do the work. Know what I mean? Fully restores HP. I don't want to use that when I'm already down a couple of Mountain Dews. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a boss fight as well, but I really don't feel like... I feel like being risky, you know. I shouldn't. Oh, Jesus. I was hearing the door get unlocked, and my controller scared the hell out of me. Oh! This door! Nice! Okay, good. Well, at least it's not a boss fight. And this is real close to the beginning. In the beginning... Darn it. I still don't have that key. In the beginning. I'll be having that. Alrighty then, I'll be having that. Yeah, low key, I don't even know what to do after finding that little temple and then frog. Oh, okay, that sounded like it was special, but maybe not. The Jalish. The Jalish. Let's go ahead and use this joint. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. The temper thing was glowing. Do I have another one of those? Hold on, man. Nah, but yeah, if I'm able to win, that would be bonkers. Did you live? I mean, you should be up by now. Maybe not, but I know we gave him some medicine. Supposed to help him out.
So there truly is a secret passage to Doom Willow Beach beneath the Shoe Sanctum? Official law went to Doom Willow to eradicate the monsters. To trap them, they set the mountain ablaze. The townsfolk say that Doom Willow Beach was once a place for disposing of corpses, steeped in malevolence. The fire should have cleansed it to some extent. Yet the fire defied nature, burning for months on end, blocking all passage. No living soul has reached Doom Willow Beach since. Now that you've discovered the secret passage, I should also make my way there. The scriptures in the palace may hope. These are perilous times. Tread carefully. Now that you...
Okay, that's all you got to say. Nut job. I don't know. He don't deserve that. I know, but still. Yeah, this is... Ooh. Ah. Well, let's hit this bird real quick. Whoa! What were y'all doing? Carpentry? Because I didn't mean to destroy the chair, but... Nice. I'll tell y'all, man, I actually really got to, I got mad teary-eyed after I won because I've just worked so hard. And one thing I realized about me is I cry, but pretty much over good news. Like something good, something like that. I start to get all, but I don't really cry over like bad news. It's got to be real bad news, and even then I gotta have a minute. What time is it? 10:30. Well, it's pretty late. Yeah, but I can feel it. The fatigue. It crawls its way into the dark recesses of my mind, seeking to feed on what sanity I may have left. No, feasting upon what sanity I may have fooled myself into believing I have left. Clock it. Clock it. Okay, purr. Yeah, I'm tired. Okay, here we go. Yeah, and then we got that. Oh yeah, temper. Stone needle taps into your aura point to slightly increase the agility control of the weapons you're wielding. Okay. That's right, boy. Oh yeah. He's sleepy for real, for real. I see we got enough to get some level ups, but I'm not gonna do that with y'all here. Me wanting to do the next time. I'm actually gonna go ahead and head back to the shrine and then we'll call it. But yeah, man, I've spent a lot of work. I spent a lot of time working on this craft. And one thing I love to talk about comedy like that. Like I was in Atlanta, I think. I was talking to a couple comics and Derek about comedy. You know the way I do. I talk about it like a craft. And Derek was like, dude, come on. It's not that. It's comedy. It's not that serious. I'm about to go up here and tell a bunch of dick jokes. But then now I know, like, every time I'm talking about comedy all deep, Derek goes, no, you got a point. That's a great way to put it. Because I said something, I think, about how comedy is beautifully deceptive. The entire point of what we do is to make it look easier than it is. And our audience doesn't get that. And they're not supposed to. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it. Y'all have a great night. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace. See what I did there was, did that right when I clicked that so it'll look like